Ustream, covering the Occupy Miller event at Lincoln High. It's 14th and Salmon. Started at 8 a.m. this morning, so I'm a few minutes late. There's a Facebook group for this, Occupy Miller. Looks like we got some media up here. KGW. So it's supposed to be at 14th and Salmon. I'm checking the chat to see whether this is really coming through, so please let me know if there's any problems with this. So here's the media pool. Looks like we have our students over here. Gentlemen? A little hard to see, but there's a group of people over there. Counting about 35 students. Thanks, KMT. So I checked in with some of these students on Facebook this morning. Fiona, Sarah Jane, and I think it's called Lindsay. I'm not sure the pronunciation of the last girl's name. They're here in support of Mr. Jeff Miller, a teacher here at Lincoln who has been, I believe, placed on leave. The Oregonian had an article by Betsy Hammond about this, which received a huge number of comments, mostly in support of the teacher. There were some ex-students who also reported some negative aspects of their interactions with Mr. Miller. So I'm here as unbiased, objective citizen journalist, just covering it and getting their story. Looks like they're revving up here. Thank you, KMT. So they're on the move. I think I saw on Facebook that they were going to be in 2A, which may be one of these red buildings which I'm seeing. So we've got most of Portland news media out here taping this. All right, so what I see. I've got Channel 2 signaling them to come on over here. Hopefully they'll come over. I'd like to get some interviews if we could do that, see what they think. Great group of kids, young adults. We've got channel 2 over here. And, well, everyone. So. Pretty good turnout for such short notice. Obviously, a lot of kids really care about this teacher. I see one girl who's, it looks like she might have duct tape over her mouth, has a guitar on her back. Here comes someone. This might be Fiona.
Hi. Are you guys not allowed on school property?
Correct. We need you to come out here and to talk to you.
Okay.
So-
Do you want me to get like a few people?
Yeah,
Whoever
interview.
would like to talk, you know.
Okay.
we would like to talk.
I will try and get the group leaders out here. I'm one of the group leaders and there's 2 others. So should I bring them or should I bring more?
Yes, group leaders are fine.
Bring a bunch of
Whoever
people.
you want to bring.
We'll interview
Okay,
whoever you
alright.
like. So she's going to bring some people over here. Gonna have a feeding frenzy over here. Yeah. I'll try to keep out of their way. I don't want to ruin their work here.
Okay. Our other group leader is in the halls right now going to each classroom trying to tell people
Hi.
what we're doing and scooping them out.
Cool.
And we're the group leaders besides her. So
Okay.
yeah.
Can we chat with you real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Are you Fiona?
Yeah, I'm Fiona.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, James.
Hi. And
Hi,
Sarah Jane.
Sarah.
Good to meet you. Talked to you on Facebook earlier.
Fiona, tell me your full name first of all.
Fiona Hannon.
Spell that for us.
Last is first.
Both.
FIONAHANNAN.
All right. What's happening here this morning?
We are protesting the probation of Mr. Miller, our history teacher. Well, not all of us actually have his class, but he's kind of a legacy at our school, and the kids who do have him appreciate him so much that they just can't stand the fact that he's been put on probation for reasons that don't seem valid.
Who organized this, first of all?
Me and Sarah and this girl right here, Lindsay Coy.
There's Lindsay.
The response so far. What do you think right now?
Hey, Lindsay.
I think it's gonna grow, and I think that just this many people being here is effective, and I think it's amazing.
How did you guys get this started? How did you get the word out? It was the 3 of you?
Yes,
Yes.
we started with Facebook. I started a group. I called it Occupy Miller, and I started adding all my friends. I'm like, if you want to help, add yourself to the group, and I talked about it in all my classes.
The district isn't saying the specific reason. Do you guys know for sure that it was because he used racial epithet in class? Is that what you know for sure, or is this still a rumor at this point?
Well, currently there's around 3 different alleged problems that they have with Mr. Miller, but really, they could bring it up at any point. But we just know that these are different points that shouldn't even be brought up at all. And we do know part of it is the racial slurs, and there's a couple other parts that they're bringing into play, but none of them are in context. So all of them really just need to be put out there, and the truth needs to come out pretty much.
What are those 2 other parts?
Apparently there was a sexual harassment issue, and
it was all in the video.
It was all in the video. Pretty much all the problems with the video was one of the issues, but the video was super out of context. It was the day before winter break. There was nothing you could do. There's no one in class, so.
Tell us your name.
Lindsay, I'm Lindsay.
Spell your first and last for us.
Lynsea, and then last name is Coy, Coy.
What's the goal here? Why do this?
We just don't want his reputation tarnished, pretty much. He's a wonderful teacher. He's been there for us when we needed him. He's the one teacher that pushes us when we need him to. And, you know, for people to say these horrible things about him it's disrespectful to us. Like, he's my favorite teacher, and it like hurts me to think that he could ever be fired when he's the only teacher that gets me pumped up about history at all.
Can you tell us your name?
I am Sarah, Sarah Kroll, Kroll.
Sarah, what have you guys been told about any possible punishment you could be in for doing this, or trouble you could get in?
Honestly, I haven't been told what could happen. I've asked a few teachers, I'm like, what could possibly be the repercussions of this? And they're like, well, the problem or the repercussions would be too serious since you're like underage and everything. And quite honestly, I don't care. Like, sometimes you have to go out of your way to like help somebody, and I would go that, like, take that step for Mr. Miller.
Still Miller students, or is it spillover?
Yeah, some of them have had Miller in the past or having them now, and some have seen him through like just like talking to
Also,
him.
Miller's notorious. Like, he's probably one of the most fun, caring, dramatic, energetic, engaging teachers at Lincoln High School, and that's so rare to see at a public school.
Especially
Is someone that
Lincoln.
is so stoked about what they're teaching that, like, a lot of people know who he is even if they don't have his class, or like wish to be in his class. So, and obviously there's differing opinions. Like, some people don't like his teaching style, but like obviously there's a ton of support, and I think most of the people here have been his students. But yeah,
What is the plan now for today? How long will this last? What will
this
you
is gonna
guys
go
do?
until school ends. And some people have free periods, so they're coming during their free period and standing like when they don't have class. Some people are skipping class to be here. Other people are coming at lunch. And just honestly, anybody being out here supporting him is enough people.
Why are you standing right there?
In the middle of the
Yeah.
courtyard. Because this is his classroom. And honestly, I wish I could show you his classroom, because he has posters of Bruce Springsteen, Jimi Hendrix. He has the coolest classroom out of any teacher here. He constantly talks about music. He knows history. He gets you excited about what he's teaching, and he's amazing. I had him, and he was my favorite teacher out of any teacher I've ever had.
Some symbolic gestures like left table mouths there.
Oh, you go. Today's the day of silence, so they're like, it just so happens that the protest and the day of silence is on the same day, so all people table over their mouths, they're supporting gay pride. Got plenty of pride here.
Yeah, wearing different things.
That's a coincidence then for the day?
Oh yeah, completely
Okay.
coincidence.
What are some of those signs? I mean, we can see through the cameras, but tell us anyway, what do some of the signs say?
Bring Miller back, save Mr. Miller. Natalie, what does your shirt say? What does your shirt say? Oversensitivity kills education, apparently.
Have you guys gotten any clear answers from the district, from the school, from anybody about what exactly is going on?
Not really. I've asked Miss Chapman about it, and she's like, I can't really like tell you any of this information. So I don't know.
Okay. Anything else, Paul? Anybody else?
All we know is that we want him back. That's all we want, and that's why we're here. We just want him back, because we love our substitute. He's great, but substitute isn't going to be there for long, and I know that I'm not going to be as excited about history unless Mr. Miller's there.
There's no one that can compare to Mr. Miller. Absolutely no one. Like, I had a sub in his class for one day, and it was actually the most depressing experience of my entire life, because Mr. Miller brings so much energy to the classroom that anybody else being in his classroom and teaching a subject just seems wrong.
Did you feel the article in the Oregonian was slanted in any way?
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can. Sorry.
Okay, anyways, at that point they had only heard the teachers and the parents' opinion. They had not heard the students' opinion, and that's why we're here. We want them to hear our opinion. We're the ones that see him every day. We're the ones who talk with him every day. When we've got a problem on our test, we talk to him. So if anything, we're just here to get the story straight, because we're tired of parents and teachers being like, oh, this teacher isn't teaching well. No, he is. He's such a good teacher, and we just want them to know what we think.
Have you protested something like this before, ever at your school? Have you
Not
know
at
disciplinary?
school.
No, school.
Not school, but I protested before.
Are you guys gonna come any closer? Are you gonna stay right there?
We're probably gonna stay in that area, but we're hoping, we already have a couple classrooms that should be on their way. Thanks, Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For you. One more.
Oh, Fiona Hannon.
Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Explain the video to us. You're saying it was taken out of context. What is happening? What is it? Explain that to us.
Okay, honestly, I saw that video and I dropped on the floor. She's actually one that was in that period. I'm in the period before her.
Can we ask you about it then if you were in there?
Yeah, talk to Sarah. She knows exactly what
Okay,
happened.
tell us what happened.
I don't know. So it was right after we had taken a test. We finished it and everyone had turned it in. And Mr. Miller came in and he like turned on the music really loud, and like told everyone to get up, and like we basically just, I don't know, we stood in the front of the classroom and like basically had a party. And, I don't know.
Was anybody weirded out? Was anybody thinking any of that was inappropriate?
It was weird because like he could get on the students' level, and like students aren't like, I don't know, they're not used to that. They're used to like being a big difference between student and teacher. With him, it's like he can get on our level. So it was weird in that way.
But that's the only way.
That's the only way.
The thing that's funny about that is that usually he's a super strict teacher, and the people that aren't here right now are the people that don't like him because he's strict. So that's why it's so ridiculous, is because this was the one day that he was like, oh, I'm gonna be silly, and that's why they videotaped it, because it was so rare. And so then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, he's like that all the time. And it's, no, he yells at us every day telling us to get our grades straight, and we're happy that he does. So.
The Oregonian article said the video was taken secretly, but he addressed the person taking the video, so he knew it was being taken.
He knew it was being taken,
Yeah.
but
The kid that actually took the video is here in this protest. He didn't mean to do anything like
Wow.
to get him fired or even put on leave.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
One other question for you.
going back into this.
Yeah, I think that I can try. It's really worth it. Like, he has like the most amazing stuff on the Yeah, like myself, 503,
I'm going to see if Fiona might take this Game Boy camera over there to get a crowd shot. She's talking with media, so I'm going to respect that privacy. Fiona, could you take this over and get a group photo of them?
Yeah.
Hit this A button once to take the photo and a second time to save it.
Okay.
And take as many as you want. There should be 5 or 6 on there.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, I will.
Wow, this is a great turnout for this protest about Mr. Miller. This is a student at Lincoln High who's been placed on leave. I don't think the exact reason has been announced, but there were a couple of possible reasons mentioned in the Oregonian. One was the use of the N-word. Another was a video which purported, the Oregonian writer Betsy Hammond purported that there was some inappropriate contact with the student. The student did not feel it was inappropriate, and the young man who took the video did not feel that his video was being construed properly. He didn't intend to harm Mr. Miller's reputation at all, and it sounds like these kids think everything, these young adults feel this has all been blown out of proportion, and one of their favorite teachers is being treated unfairly. It should be noted as well that Mr. Miller is very active in leadership of the union, and I should put that out there for the record as well. So it looks like they're gonna give me some Game Boy pictures. I do enjoy the Game Boy Cam. People think it's a light meter. Well, here's the future of America. They called it Occupy Miller, but they did make it clear that this is not an official Occupy event. This is kind of their own thing. And I should make it clear, I'm not with Occupy as well. I'd work with the Occupy media, but I am just a citizen journalist. Thank you, Fiona.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem. Oh, thank you so much.
All right. And we are being careful here to stay off the school property. We're just on the sidewalk here. I'm gonna grab some still shots here and then probably head out. No hurry though. Hi. Hey, do you want to talk to Ustream? This is going out to the Occupy audience.
Oh yeah. So we'd like to let the Occupy audience know that this movement is not about just bring Mr. Miller back. It's about getting all the facts out and have the Oregonian retract their article because they phrased it in a way that made him. It was very disrespectful to our teacher, especially without all the facts being in the open.
Yeah, I spoke to some of the people earlier, and they thought there was some bias in that article.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I saw some in there as well. I saw some factual inaccuracies where the reporter stated that it was a secret video, but clearly it was in the open.
Right. Yeah, it was clearly in the open. He acknowledged the camera several times. It was clearly an inadequate article. It was not fully covered in any way.
Are you a student of Mr. Miller?
I'm a student in his government class.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest issues right now is that like they're just like disrespecting him, and so that's pretty much our goal so far. Is we want the Oregonian to like reinstate the article in a less biased way, and so that it takes the view of everybody into account. Because oftentimes, I'm not gonna lie, the media does this 24/7, and it's really nice to have people like you out there that want to tell the actual truth and like, give people's ideas because they're like, oh no, they just want to hear what they want to hear.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. We want them to hear what we want them to hear.
I mean, honestly, only like there were a handful of students that absolutely despise Mr. Miller. That's how it is with every single teacher.
Right.
But somehow they decided to twist things with this video, and with a video, things go viral, and so it's just a few negative people. You don't hear all of the other people.
Which
Yeah, look at this crowd.
People, they're skipping their class.
Yeah.
Like,
I got my teacher's permission to come out here.
Yeah.
in fact, the substitute was straight up like, just don't be here.
Yeah.
The people that are still in that classroom, I don't even understand
It's
what
just
they're doing out
it's the
there.
people that just don't want to get in trouble. But I'd be willing to bet that come lunch, the crowd will.
Yeah.
Well,
And there were several comments on the Oregon Live article that said that he was prejudiced against guys and that he preferred pretty girls or something like that.
I saw those.
I can testify that that is not true. I am in his class and he gives me the grade I deserve all of the time. He never has any inadequacies and like equality or anything like that. That's just complete lies, in my opinion.
So it was distorted. I saw in the comments the writer responded to one of the girls. I think her name was Christine, and the writer called her Christina. So she couldn't even get the name of the person she was speaking to correct.
Yeah, pretty much. They're not listening to what you're saying. Straight up, they're not listening to what you're saying. They're pretty much, okay, so what's your name? All right, say something. Now let's cut that up. Oh, look, you said something completely different. You're welcome. Like, thanks, guys. Thanks. And it just messes with him. He's the best teacher ever, and it's
The best.
If you saw me in the interview, I had freaking another interview, and I had ran there, and I was like panting the video, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is ridiculous. I just don't want him to be fired, and I look like a crazy person. But really, like, I'm pretty passionate about it. I can't help myself. He's like my favorite teacher.
He is my favorite teacher. There are a lot of teachers at LinkedIn that, you know, my grandma would always ask me, who's your favorite teacher and stuff, and I'd be like, well, I only really have one teacher that I like, and that's Mr. Miller.
And it's not because like he has like this personality that's like, oh no 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 no. No, he's like super inspirational.
He's
like
really
he
inspirational.
gets into it. Like you're talking about the industrial age, and he's like fully acting it out, and you're sitting there and you're like,
history is such a boring subject, and he makes it fun.
Yeah, so
he makes learning.
He actually
fun.
made me want to be a high school history teacher.
Okay, I think
inspired me to.
Were you the guy who had the comment about wanting to be?
No, that wasn't me. But
Okay.
I'm on the same side. He made me want to become a teacher, a high school teacher.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Well, I hope you have students like us. I hope you have.
And I really hope I don't get accused of something like this.
It's not fair. It's not right.
I personally did not see in the video what I think the reporter claimed was in there. It seemed to me like a straightforward sort of.
I mean, okay, the video, let's be realistic. He's the best teacher. He drills you hard and makes you learn during the first semester, and then at the end he threw us a dance party.
Yeah.
That's like the best teacher ever. Why? How could you diss that? I mean, it's fantastic.
And the video was just before a break, or the day before?
It was the day before winter break. And the article also made it sound like that was a recent event that was almost 3 months prior.
Right.
So that couldn't have been the reason at all.
Yeah.
And if you see the article, it says that he pressed his body against a student. But when you look at the video, the student had plenty of room to move away. So if they were unwilling to be doing this, they could have easily taken a step forward. But they didn't. So they were clearly not feeling harassed in any way.
Yeah, the young woman seemed quite comfortable in the video. So let me get a Game Boy shot of you three.
Oh wait, do you mind? I have to go talk to this girl.
Oh, absolutely. Let me get one of you two. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, they're talking over there. I'm just going to show the crowd for a minute and probably head out. I really sincerely hope I didn't get in the way of the professional media. Thanks for the professionalism, gentlemen. I'm not trying to disrupt anything with their work. Well, they said there'd be a bigger crowd if people weren't afraid of getting in trouble. I don't think with this kind of exposure, the school's going to try to discipline anybody. Clearly, these students are passionate about their feelings here, and this is probably the most important lesson of their day. They're looking really good out there, and this is more important than a period of class time, in my estimation. Not sure what the time is looking like here, but I can't stay forever. 8:45. Yeah, I'll need to leave in 5 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm inspired. As someone who's enjoyed watching Occupy make a very real difference in our world, these are people who are going to, in their later years, probably be activists, and these are the future. These young adults are the future. All right. They probably have to get to class pretty soon, and I certainly have to get about on my day as well. So I'll just stand here a few more moments, and if anyone comes over, I'll give a brief interview. Otherwise, I'll sign off in a minute. Oh, KMT, sorry, I didn't see your thing about asking to join. I will. If someone comes over, I will definitely ask them to get involved with Occupy. We definitely could use young people like this who are passionate. Gonna try to get a couple more stills. And then I will move along. Yeah, it looks like my camera's shot. Yep. I'll get those Game Boy photos up as quick as possible. Thanks, guys. It's kind of a pain. It's really hard to get them off there. So, thanks. I'll head out now, and thanks, guys. Thank you. Call it a day. Thanks again. And signing off. Solar Breeze Ustream. That's Micah on chat, and going offline now.